Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Will English Echo, where learning English is simple and friendly. I'm Emmanuel.
Hello, Emmanuel, and hello to all our wonderful listeners. It is so good to be back here with you today.
It's great to see you, Dorcas. How are you doing today?
I'm feeling really good, thank you. I had a quiet, relaxing weekend. How about you?
I'm doing great, too. And I am very, very excited about our topic for today.
Oh, yes, today's topic is a big one. It's a problem so many English learners talk about.
A big feeling, a big frustration. I am curious. What is it exactly?
Today we are talking about this problem. I can understand English, but I can't speak.
Ah, yes, that is problem number one. I hear this from so many people.
Me too. They say, I can watch movies, I can listen to podcasts, but when I try to talk, my brain stops.
Yes, the words just disappear. It feels like your mouth is closed and your voice is stuck.
Exactly. It feels like your English voice is locked inside. But today, we are going to share some powerful and practical tips to unlock it.
That sounds perfect. This is a very, very important episode.
It is. But before we start, we have a small and friendly request for everyone listening.
Yes, we do. If you enjoy our podcast and you are learning with us, please take 1 second to give this episode a like, a big thumbs up.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to Will English Echo. It really helps our channel grow, and it helps more learners find these lessons.
All right, let's begin. Let's talk about why you understand English but can't speak, and how to change that. Okay, Dorcas, let's start with our first tip. What is tip number 1 for people who understand English but can't speak?
Tip number 1 is very simple. Stop trying to be perfect when you speak.
Yes, that's a big one. Perfection can really kill your voice.
Exactly. Many learners think, if my grammar isn't perfect, I shouldn't say anything.
Right, so they stay quiet. They understand everything, but they don't open their mouth.
And when you stay quiet, you don't practice. When you don't practice, you don't improve.
It's like wanting to swim without getting wet. You have to jump in the water to learn.
I love that image. With English, you have to jump in and speak, even with mistakes.
So instead of perfect English, think simple and clear English. Your goal is to be understood, not to be perfect.
For example, a learner might think for a long time, should I say have gone or went or have been?
Yes, and while they think, the conversation moves on. They say nothing, and then they feel bad.
A better choice is to just say one clear sentence. Yesterday, I went to the park.
Exactly. Even if it's not 100% perfect, people understand you.
Sometimes students tell me, but I'm afraid I will make a mistake. I always smile and say, good. Mistakes mean you are speaking.
Yes, if you never make mistakes, it means you never try. Even native speakers make mistakes all the time.
So here is a sentence you can remember. It's okay if my English is not perfect. I just need to speak.
That's a great sentence to repeat in your head. You can even say it out loud before you speak.
Another good one is, I prefer to speak with mistakes than to stay silent.
Yes, I love that. Speaking with mistakes is still speaking.
So, tip 1 is, let go of perfect English. Choose simple, clear sentences and just say them.
If you're listening right now, give yourself a little smile. Tell yourself, I don't have to be perfect. I just have to try.
That's the first step to unlock your English voice. We can fix grammar later. First, we want your voice to come out.
Okay, Dorcas, let's move to tip number 2. What's the next thing that can help our listeners speak?
Tip 2. Use short, ready-made sentences instead of building big sentences in your head. We call these little sentences chunks or phrases ready to use.
Nice. Ready-made sentences.
Yes. Many learners try to create a long, perfect sentence in their mind before they speak, and then they block.
Exactly.
Instead, it's easier to learn small sentences you can use again and again, like small Lego pieces you put together in different situations.
Lego English. I like that.
For example, you can learn simple reaction sentences like, "Really? That's interesting. I'm not sure. Let me think."
Yes, those are very natural.
With just these, you can already answer and keep a conversation alive. You don't need a big grammar structure every time you open your mouth.
Right. Sometimes one small sentence is enough.
You can also learn about me sentences as chunks. For example, I work in an office. I'm studying English. I live with my family.
Short and very useful.
If you repeat these often, they become automatic. Then, when someone asks you a question, your brain doesn't panic. It just picks a ready sentence.
So instead of thinking, grammar, you just press play on a sentence you already know.
Exactly. It's the same with common questions. What do you mean? Can you repeat, please? How do you say this in English?
Those are lifesavers.
Yes, and they are easy to memorize because you use them many times. You don't study them like grammar, you use them like tools.
That's a big difference.
So, here is a small exercise for everyone. Choose 5 or 6 short sentences you like, write them down, and say them out loud every day.
For example, they can choose, I'm not sure. Can you say that again? I usually work late. I live near the city.
Yes, exactly. After 1 or 2 weeks, these sentences will come out of your mouth without effort.
And when sentences come out automatically, speaking becomes much easier.
So tip 2 is, don't always build big sentences from zero. Collect small, useful sentences and reuse them again and again.
Ready-made sentences, like Lego pieces. That's a very practical tip. Okay, Dorcas, let's move on. What is tip number 3 for unlocking your English voice?
Tip 3. Speak out loud every day, even when you're alone. Don't wait for a teacher or a partner to open your mouth.
Speak even when you're alone.
Yes, many learners only listen to English, videos, podcasts, music, but their mouth stays quiet.
Only the ears work, not the mouth.
Exactly. If you want to speak, you need to train your mouth, not only your ears and brain.
So how can they do that at home, practically?
One easy way, when you watch a video or listen to a podcast, choose one sentence you like and repeat it out loud after the speaker.
Like an echo.
Yes, like an echo. This is called shadowing. You listen, and you say the sentence with the person or just after them.
Shadowing. I like that word.
For example, if the video says, "I had a busy day today," you pause and say, "I had a busy day today," with your own voice.
Same rhythm, same music.
Exactly. You don't need to copy perfectly. Just try to copy the feeling of the sentence.
Can they also talk about their own life out loud? Like a mini monologue?
Yes, that's very good. You can walk in your room and say, "This morning I woke up at," then I. Just describe your day.
Even if nobody is listening.
Right. You don't do it for other people. You do it for your mouth. Your mouth needs to get used to English sounds.
Like training a muscle.
Exactly. If you go to the gym once a month, nothing changes. If you speak a little every day, your English muscle gets stronger.
So it doesn't have to be long, right?
No, even 3 to 5 minutes a day is already great. For example, 1 minute of shadowing, 2 minutes talking about your day.
That sounds very doable.
You can connect this to a habit you already have. For example, every time you make coffee, you speak English for 2 minutes.
Coffee and English. Nice combo.
Yes, the important thing is your mouth must touch English every day.
I like that image. Your mouth must touch English.
So tip 3 is, don't wait for the perfect moment or perfect partner. Talk to videos, talk to the mirror, talk to yourself, but talk out loud.
Even if it feels strange at first, it will feel natural later. That's how your voice wakes up. All right, Dorcas, let's go to tip number 4. What's the next key to unlock their English voice?
Tip 4. Stop translating everything word by word in your head. Instead, try to think in small English pieces.
Small English pieces. I like that already.
Many learners listen in English, then translate into their language, then think in their language, then translate back to English. It's too slow, and when they want to speak, the moment is gone.
Yes, the conversation moves and they feel late.
Exactly. So we don't say never translate, but we want to translate less and think more directly in English.
So how can they start to think in English without stress?
Start with very small questions in your head, in English. For example, what am I doing? I'm cooking. Where am I going? I'm going to work.
Simple and connected to real life.
Yes, you don't need long stories, just mini sentences during the day.
Can you give a few more examples?
Of course, you can think, I'm waiting for the bus. I'm eating lunch. I'm tired. I'm happy today.
These are very easy to remember.
And very useful. If you think them often, they become natural in your brain.
What's the problem with word-for-word translation?
When you translate word for word, you often create strange sentences. For example, some languages say, I have 25 years. But in English, we say, I am 25 years old.
Yes, if you translate directly, you say, I have 25 years, and it sounds wrong.
Exactly. That's why we want to learn whole sentences in English, not just separate words.
Like we said with chunks.
Yes, tip 2 and tip 4 go together. If you know chunks like, I'm used to it, I'm looking forward to it, you don't translate each word, you just use the block.
So thinking in English means using those blocks in your head.
Right. At first, maybe you do this for 10 seconds, then 30 seconds, then 1 minute.
Like a little game.
Exactly. You can say, for the next minute, I only talk to myself in English. You can describe what you see. The sky is gray. There are many cars. I'm a bit cold.
Very simple ideas in simple English.
Yes, Simple is perfect. We don't want poetry English, we want daily life English.
I like that. Not poetry English.
So tip 4 is translate less. Think more directly in English. Start with small, easy sentences about your real life.
Small English pieces in your head, many times a day. That's how your brain gets used to English thinking.
Exactly.
What's the next powerful tip for our listeners?
Tip 5. Create your own small talk routine in English. That means a few questions and answers you know very well and can use on autopilot.
On autopilot. I like that.
Yes, many learners freeze when someone speaks to them because they don't know what to say first.
They panic.
Exactly. So we remove the panic by preparing a simple script for small talk.
A script, like a little scene.
Yes, but a very easy one. For example, you can prepare 3 parts: a greeting, a short introduction, and 1 or 2 questions.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Part 1. Greeting. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Part 2. Introduction. My name is Dorcas. I'm from Canada, and I work in an office. Simple. 3 little facts.
Name, country, job.
Yes, that's enough. Then, part 3, you ask a question. And you? What do you do?
Very natural.
If you practice this mini routine many times, when you meet someone, the words just come out.
So they don't have to invent something new every time.
Right. They just press play on their small talk routine.
Can they also have a routine for, how are you?
Yes, that's a good idea. For example, I'm good, thanks. A bit tired, but happy.
That sounds real.
And then add a question. How about you? So your routine is, I'm good, thanks. A bit tired, but happy. How about you?
Short and easy.
Exactly. You can also make a routine for talking about your day. Today was busy. I worked a lot, but it was okay.
And again, you can finish with a question.
Yes, always good to finish with a question. For example, and you? How was your day?
So the idea is to have a few ready mini dialogues in your pocket.
Yes, maybe 2 or 3 small routines. 1 for meeting someone, 1 for how are you, 1 for your day.
And they practice these routines out loud.
Exactly. Practice them at home until they feel easy and automatic.
So in real life, they speak without thinking too much.
Yes, that's the goal. Thinking less, speaking more.
I like that. Think less, speak more.
So tip 5 is prepare a small talk routine with a greeting, a short intro, and 1 or 2 questions. Repeat it often so it becomes your English autopilot.
That's a very practical tool for real conversations. Now, what is tip number 6 for our listeners?
Tip 6. Don't stop speaking just because you don't know one word. Use other words. Explain it in a simple way.
Yes, that happens a lot.
Many learners are talking and suddenly they think, oh no, I don't know this word in English. And they stop completely.
Total freeze.
Exactly. But native speakers do this too. They explain when they miss a word.
So they don't give up. They go around it.
Yes. For example, imagine you don't remember the word umbrella.
Okay,
You can say, that thing, for the rain. You open it when it rains. The other person will probably understand and say, ah, an umbrella.
that's true. We can still understand. even without the exact word.
Another example. Maybe you forget charger. You can say, the cable for my phone to give it energy.
Yes, that's enough to guess.
So instead of thinking, I don't know the word, I must stop, think, how can I describe it in a simple way?
Describe, not delete.
Exactly. You can use little phrases like, it's something you used to, it's the opposite of.
Can you give an example with it's like?
Sure, if you forget lake, you can say, it's like a small sea, but inside the land.
Nice, that works.
Or if you don't know nurse, you can say, it's like a doctor, but she helps the doctor take care of patients.
That's very clear.
Yes, you don't need the perfect word to communicate the idea.
Sometimes learners feel ashamed when they don't know a word.
Yes, but it's normal. Even in our first language, sometimes we say, how do you call that?
True, we all do that.
So, here are 2 magic sentences you can use. I don't know the word, but it's something you use to, or I don't know the word, but it's like.
Wow, those are really helpful.
If you use them, you continue the conversation instead of blocking. The other person can help you and give you the word.
And when they give you the word, you learn it.
Exactly. That's how you grow. So a missing word becomes a learning moment, not a problem.
I like that. Missing word equals learning moment.
So tip 6 is, never stop just because you don't know one word. Explain it, describe it, go around it, and keep talking.
That's how you stay in the conversation and unlock more English. All right, Dorcas, let's go to tip number 7. What's the next way to help our listeners speak more easily?
Tip 7. Practice telling the same small stories from your life again and again. When you repeat your stories, speaking becomes easier and more automatic.
So they don't always need new topics.
Exactly. You can use the same 4 or 5 stories: your job, your family, your last vacation, your typical day, how you started English.
That's smart.
At first, maybe you speak slowly and make mistakes, but the second time, it's a little better. And the third time, it's even easier.
Can you give an example of a small story?
Sure. For example, last year I traveled to another city to visit my friend. We walked around, tried new food, and talked a lot.
Nice. Very simple.
You can tell this story to yourself at home. Then later, you tell it again to a friend, or to a teacher, or in a class.
So the story becomes more natural every time.
Yes, it's like a song you listen to many times. After a while, you know the lyrics.
Oh, that's a good comparison.
For example, you can prepare a little story about your job. I started this job 2 years ago. At first, I was nervous, but now I feel more confident.
That's very realistic.
You practice this story several times. Soon, you can say it without thinking too much about grammar.
So the focus moves from grammar to communication.
Exactly. Grammar starts to follow naturally because your mouth remembers the sentence.
What kind of stories do you think they should choose first?
Choose stories you know very well. How your day was yesterday, how you met a friend, a funny moment at work, a problem you solved.
So very personal, simple stories.
Yes, nothing complicated. You already know the content, so you can focus on the English.
Should they write the story first or just speak?
They can do both. Some people like to write a short version, then read it, and finally tell it without reading.
Step by step.
Yes, The important thing is to reuse the same story many times, not only once.
So tip 7 is like, recycle your stories.
Exactly. Recycle your stories and make them smoother every time you tell them.
I love that. Your stories become your safe zone in English.
Yes, and when you feel safe with these stories, you start to feel more confident in other conversations too.
Okay, Dorcas, we've shared a lot of tips today. What is tip number 8, our last one?
Tip 8. Be consistent and kind to yourself. Your English voice needs time, so don't attack yourself if it's not fast.
Wow, that's important.
Many learners say, "I'm so bad. My English is terrible. I will never speak." These sentences kill your motivation.
Yes, they hurt more than grammar mistakes.
Exactly. Instead, we need to talk to ourselves like a friend. I'm learning. I'm improving. I'm trying.
More kindness, less judgment.
Yes. And we also need consistency. A little English every day is better than a lot once a month.
Like we said, an English muscle.
Exactly. You can do 10 minutes a day, 3 minutes speaking out loud, 3 minutes shadowing, 4 minutes listening.
That sounds very possible.
The key is don't stop. Even if one day is bad, you come back the next day.
What about comparing yourself to others? Many learners do that.
Yes, they compare and feel small. But everybody has a different story, a different start, a different life.
True.
So instead of, their English is better than mine, ask, is my English better than it was last year?
That's a much healthier question.
If the answer is yes, a little, you are on the right path. Even a small improvement is still improvement.
Step by step.
Yes, step by step. Your English voice doesn't wake up in one day, but it will wake up if you keep going.
So with tip 8, we are saying, don't give up.
Exactly. Be patient, be regular, and speak to yourself with respect.
I really love that ending.
So tip 8 is, be consistent and kind to yourself. Your English is not perfect yet, but you are moving, and that is what matters.
Beautiful. Dorcas, those were 8 really powerful tips. I think many listeners will feel less alone after this episode.
I hope so. If you understand English but feel blocked when you speak, remember, you are not broken. You are just in progress.
Exactly. Your English voice is there. It just needs a bit of help to come out.
And that's why we shared these 8 tips today. Stop trying to be perfect. Use ready sentences. Speak out loud. Think in small English. Create small talk routines. Don't freeze on one word. Repeat your stories. And be consistent and kind to yourself.
8 tools you can use in real life. Not just theory, but real actions.
Yes, but they only work if you use them. So please choose 1 or 2 tips and start today, not next year.
Thank you so much for staying with us on Will English Echo. If this episode helped you, please subscribe to the channel.
And don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family who are learning English. It really helps more people find these free lessons.
We also want to hear from you in the comments. Write in English. Which tip did you like the most?
You can start like this. My favorite tip is number because, or today I will try tip number.
Yes, that's already great practice. Your comment is your mini speaking exercise, but in writing.
Thank you again for learning with us and for trusting us with your English journey. Remember, your voice matters, in your language and in English.
We'll be back soon with another simple and human English conversation. So stay tuned for the next episode.
See you next time for another fun and friendly English lesson. Bye-bye. See you soon.
Goodbye, everyone.